Hello. So we are at our new time / old day again. We used to be on Thursdays all the time, so we're gonna be on Thursdays again. My name is Jennifer. Welcome to the Herbal Book Club. This is our journey through a Weedwife's remedy. We're on episode 38, and we are really close to getting finished with this book. We're on really the last chapter, so yeah. And I do not know what book to do next. If anyone has any thoughts, I put up a poll on the Facebook group. We have a Facebook group. So please feel free to add a pick. Usually the best book for us is something that's not just a materia medica, which is just going through the herbs. It's sort of a little more herbal, I don't know, theory, chatting about ideas around herbs. So it's a little trickier to pick out. I think there's less books like that. Anyway, so I was gonna read the So far on our list, we have Clan of the Cave Bear, which is a story. The Witch Doctor's Apprentice, A Sandy County Almanac, Winter Sisters, Rambunctious Garden, Saving Nature in a Post-Wild World, Conversations with Plants, The Path Back to Nature, and Secret Medicines from Your Garden, Plants for Healing Spirituality and Magic. So I added some of those books, but again, I'm not quite sure. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I guess if we decide on a book and it's not great, we could always switch. So anyway, but I'm just waiting for anyone else to pop in there here tonight. See if every time we switch times, everybody forgets. I've just been very inconsistent with my work schedule and everything that's gone on. We haven't had book club in a month at least, and it's every other week. So what I'm going to do is kill time for another few minutes. I think I'm going to read some of those descriptions of those herbal books, and that may help. I don't know. So this is a little more unusual. They're on Amazon, a lot of them. So this is the Witch Doctor's Apprentice, Hunting for Medicinal Plants in the Amazon by Nicole Maxwell. When Nicole Maxwell first visited the Amazon more than 40 years ago, she had no idea that she would make a life's work of the people, plants, and the lore to be found there. Decades before, Americans became aware of the riches to be found in the knowledge of plant medicine, which native shamans had passed down over thousands of years. Miss Maxwell, a fellow of the Royal Geographical Society, was scouting the Amazon rainforest for clues to this ancient medicine tradition. Now on the eve of the decade, which mankind will have its last chance to determine the fate of this region, its wealth of traditional knowledge, Citadel Press Libraries of the Mystic Art is proud to bring out a newly revised edition of this classic work, long hailed as one of the major works of popular ethnomedicine. This book is both an engaging adventure story and an engrossing account of the traditions of plant medicine to be found among the tribes of the Amazonia, and its release could not be more timely. So that's cool. It oh, occasion. Let's see. So Miss Maxwell's created an appendix which catalogs all the plants mentioned in the text with their scientific names of which they are known locally and their medicinal uses. That's cool. Also, a new introduction by noted ethnobotanist Terence McKenna. Yeah. So that is the Witch Doctor's Apprentice. So that is not. I like to usually do books, from the region where, at least from the United States, where I'm from. But this one goes into the Amazon. There's actually another one, but I didn't put it on the list. So, okay. So the next one. that I'm going to read is Secret Medicines from Your Garden, Plants for Healing, Spirituality and Magic. And this is by Ellen Everett Hopman. Is that right? A guided exploration of herbal lore and healing plants found in yards, forests, meadows, and hedgerows. Draws on traditional knowledge and remedies from around the world, including North America, Celtic, and Egyptian traditions. Provides simple recipes to safely make herbal medicines from local plants, and honey for first aid, immune support, and treatment of common ailments. Details the triangle formula making system of William Sasser. Explains how to work with plant spirits, herbal astrology, and animal spirit medicine, which is. This one sounds like a good balance of everything that we might need in a book for the book club. So weaving together ancient wisdom, mystical folklore, and modern plant research, master herbalist Ellen Everett Hopman explores the many uses of flowers, trees, common weeds, and ornamental plants for food, medicine, spiritual growth, and magical rituals. She reveals the herbal lore surrounding each plant, drawing on traditional knowledge and remedies from around the world, including North America, Celtic, and Egyptian tradition. She includes recipes throughout so you can make medicines from wild and domesticated plants easily found in yards, forests, meadows, and hedgerows, and she discusses what to plant to ensure you have leaves, berries, and flowers all year. The author reveals how to quickly intuit unknown plant properties using the signatures of plants, universal indicators and contradictions based on the form, color, and location of plants. She includes an all-in-depth section on honey and bee medicine, allowing you to appreciate the labors of these plant-dominant insects. Employing the magical role of herbs in ancient ritual, Hopman provides recipes for Egyptian temple incense and their sacred medicine known as, and I cannot pronounce that, used to purify the body, banish insomnia, and promote vivid dreaming. She explores shamanic plant, spirit animal, spirit medicine, as well as herbal astrology. She also explains the magic formula. Oh, I got a cat here. Making system of her herbal mentor to help you develop custom herbal remedies tailored to a person's unique strengths. Okay, there's a whole bunch. Hey, buddy. How are you doing? All right, I'm only going to read 2 so that we can. I don't know whether to read any more of the chapter though, because nobody's here. But I'm going to start. I'm going to read a little bit, and then this will be a very short episode. Indian's going to help. This is my kitty Indian. Let's see if I can get him more in this shot. I didn't help, did it? It's too much in the shot. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to look cute this way, kitty. Okay. Okay. He's still gonna sit with me like this. This is cool. Alright, so we're on like the last chapter, guys. So what happens when we finish a book is we have a giveaway. Yeah, a giveaway. I don't know what's on my shirt. I give away the next book to somebody. And we'll have a wrap up, I guess. So, okay, so this is a spiral of twining green, my journey back to enchantment. And she has a quote by Ursula K. Le Guin from Tales from Earthsea. To enter with heart and mind into the world of the imagination may be to head deliberately and directly towards or back towards engagement with the real world. And this is on page 180, starting at page 180. That's interesting because usually if you head into the world of the imagination, I think you're heading out of the real world. But she's saying actually in this quote go into it. All right. I came to herbalism because plants and mushrooms have made me happy in a bodily way for as long as I can remember. Because they enchanted me. Because they populated my intricate dream world. Because they were fascinating in ways that never managed to fade to boredom. In addition to the plants themselves, there were the powerful stories involving or revolving around plants in every culture. My childhood obsession with archetypes and myth easily meshed with the tangled tales of the wise spirits and powerful flowers of the wildwood. In the mind of my childhood self, I was walking a spiral path towards all the stories I ever wanted to be a part of. Idealistically, but intense, these versions of myself in a green mossy mantle gathering wild roots and mushrooms in the quiet of a grove of ancient trees was one that kept me sane and focused during my tumultuous teen years on the streets and while working through trauma of abuse. It was that image I focused on when I was sure there was nothing else to live for, and it was that I stepped tentatively towards when I made the decision to first move to a swamp thick with hawthorn and yellow birch, and even more so when I finally found my home in the forested wilderness of New Mexico. That's real cool. And this is like one of the things I really like about this book is she just, she talks about her journey. Okay, you gonna come off? Yeah, it's gonna go down. Thank you, buddy. In my early 20s, studying to be an herbalist made me absolutely ecstatic. I was and am obsessed with how herbs interact with humans and other creatures. Every day of learning more about the healing and life-altering effects of the plants and the ground they grew from made me feel as if I was part of some ancestral tale where I had an opportunity to share the living enchantment of the wild green world I was rooted in with those who most needed it. In spite of the complex PTSD, mental illness, and neurodivergence that had left me feeling mute, alone, and completely outside of every community, this twining green trail I was following filled me with joy and satisfaction. It was the plants that helped me find a supportive community in the herbal world. For the first time in a lonely life, I started to make real friends. My idealistic and sometimes naive nature delighted in the idea and execution of helping people. Not just helping lots of physical discomforts, although as someone with chronic pain and illness, I know just how much it can mean to give a little ease. It was also the act of matching the perfect herb to the person who needed it and seeing not just their bodies heal, but other facets of their life improve and deepen. Social interaction has always been challenging for me, but it's worth the effort to work with plants. And that's real cool. Okay. Well, we've gotten 15 minutes. I'm just going to read a little bit more and then I'm going to call it. But somewhere along the road to being a clinician, I buried myself in medical research and phytochemistry and began to fall into the track of separating spirit from body in both the plants and myself. I penned myself into a specific model of healer, defining myself strictly by my clinical record. Healthy critical thinking grew into skepticism and then into outright cynicism. Not because the plants weren't working and people weren't being helped, but because I couldn't stop chasing myself in circles and my logical thinking processes have become entirely separated from my intuition and even my own subjective experience. At some point I stopped seeing myself working with wild green spirals and was instead struggling through every social interaction, finding myself anxious about even speaking about herbs, for fear of being wrong or not having every detail completely researched with memorized citation. My obsessive nature had swung from a deep joy to a vast chasm that I could not cross no matter how much I studied or how I tried. So I stepped away from my own madness and made a choice. Huh. All right, so on that cliffhanger, we are going to stop. We're stopping on page 182, and we'll pick up with the path turning to return. Although I might just reread what I've read already, so next time. So the next our next book club is the 22nd, a Thursday. It'll be at again at 8:10 Eastern Standard Time, and we'll probably hopefully finish the book. And we don't have another one, so I don't know what's going to be happening. I might just, until we get another one, I might just read excerpts from some of the books that I have, that parts of them would fit for what we're doing, and I think that might be cool. I don't know. So yeah, because I have some books, and they usually have some bits where the author talks about their a little bit, they're their herbal experiences or something interesting. So I think that would be cool, and I think I'm going to do that until we can focus on get a new book. So All right, guys. Well, I will talk to you next time. Please be thinking about a book. I have no idea this time. Really, I don't. What might be good for us, and always, like, you don't have to buy the book, although, you know, it'd be good to have it to follow along. Usually these books are really good and worth it, and a lot of times they're on thrift books, or, you know, you can get them used. This is probably like our most expensive book because it just has small runs. So this is a really good book, and I would recommend it for sure. And then they have other books which seem really interesting, but I don't want to do like 2 of theirs in a row, like this using weed. So it does take us a long time to get through a book. So, I mean, it's very slow. So we'll be on a book for almost a year, maybe. This one was probably over a year because of COVID and job switching and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. I hope everyone has a good night. If this is a bad time, please let me know. Any feedback, please let me know. If you hate Herbal Book Club, please let me know. I don't know. What are you growing? Are you planting a garden this year? What are you up to herbally? Leave it in the comments. So, yep. All right, guys.